G'day YouTube. I've decided to rebuild the 22R engine in my Toyota Hilux. Whenever I pull up at the traffic lights, the oil pressure drops to 0 at idle. I've since put shims in the oil pump, and I'm now running 80 weight oil in it just to maintain pressure at 2000 revs. So this tells me that the bottom end's on its way out, and it's only a matter of time before this engine craps itself. While we're in here, I'll just show you the K&N filter mod that I made. This is just a piece of exhaust pipe, and I welded and bent the brackets with the view in mind that if the police ever decide that that's a defectable offence, then I can just unbolt it and put the stock airbox back in. Along with that, I don't know if you can see down there, I've got the extractors and the 2 1/4 exhaust system. That really makes a big difference to both fuel economy and off-idle throttle response on these little utes. Anyone else having the same problem, I'll just show you really quickly. This is the oil pump off a donor motor. That bolt there, inside there's a spring with a pressure release valve down the bottom. If you remove that bolt and put a couple of washers in there, that'll put more tension on the spring and increase your oil pressure. This is only a band-aid solution though, to sort of cover up for your worn bearings or crank. Okay, here's the head that I've started to build for the engine. Since I'm in New South Wales in Australia, when you go into any engine shop talking about wanting to build a Toyota motor, you get the inevitable dumb look followed with, why would you do that? So as I've had to spend a lot of time on the internet researching and finding stuff out from America, I thought I'd share with you people on YouTube in case anyone else in Australia wants a bit of information. Okay, to start with, I got the rocker cover powder coated flame red by Dubbo Powder Coating. They're in Wheelers Lane, Dubbo, so that's not really necessary. It costs $60, but I think it makes it look a lot better than a standard grey one. Okay, we'll lift that off there. Oh yeah, if you want to do a rebuild on your 22R and do it all yourself, one of these manuals can be had on YouTube for about $15. I think I paid for that one, and it's well worth the information you can get out of it. Okay, I sourced this head and the entire engine from a wrecking yard in Newcastle. Apparently it sheared the keyway on the harmonic balancer and overheated. That's why it ended up in the wreckage yard. I think I picked it up for like $300. You find them cheaper on eBay occasionally if you don't mind going to pick them up. Okay, since I started, I ordered most of my gear from enginebuilder.com. He's in the US. To be honest, he's the best company I think I've ever dealt with. Ted answers your emails usually overnight, and he's happy to answer even the silliest questions on how to use the stuff they sell, or even how to use other people's stuff. Okay, I'll go to the front here with the adjustable cam gear that I got from LC Engineering. I'll just rock this bolt out here. Okay. This is an LC Engineering adjustable cam gear. It cost me $100 give or take, and because I had it shipped to Australia on priority freight, the freight cost me $107. I've since found out that if you want to order small things from the US, just have them throw it in the regular post. It gets here in somewhere between 10 to 14 days, and this would have cost like $25–30 instead of $107. When the gear comes supplied, these Allen head bolts are actually the other way round in the gear. They're threaded through and Loctited in. If you're going to run the manual fuel pump as I am with my setup, you need to screw them back out and reverse them back through the gear. As these slots are fairly narrow with the provided bolts, I chose to put a washer in to even the forces out. This gear will allow, as you can see, a very wide range of adjustment for the cam timing when it's finished. The problem that you'll have if you want to run the manual pump is, I've had this machined, but these bolts will foul on the pump drive. So what I did was I had to take it to a friend of mine that has a mill. We marked roughly with the red pen, if you can see on there, and then we just milled 120 degrees until we got the full range of motion without fouling the bolts. When that sits back on there, that's just your distributor drive gear. The cam I've opted to use is the Engine Part Network, what's it called? 261C. This is an RV cam, and this is what Ted recommended for my setup. The valves I chose to use were also from enginebuilder.com. These are the larger oversized valves that they run in their street RV head and their off-road high output head. I think they're about 1 millimetre or 40th thou oversized from stock. They're stainless, and when I took them to the engine shop to have them installed, they actually bored the valve seats and the bowl of the ports out the extra mil, and then I just blended it in with a die grinder, so it should flow a lot better. While I had it there, I had them machine the face flat again to make sure that was correct, and then I used a cross buff to polish the combustion chambers to reduce heat absorption into the head and also to reduce the amount of carbon that sticks to it. I'll just go and find my cross buffs and I'll come back.